Welcome to V.V.R, your place to discuss all the current and past games you enjoy. We hope you enjoy the show and can join us. We will see you in the chat box. To get on the show, follow the Discord link. Join up, read the rules in the welcome channel. When you have read them, put a checkmark reaction to the rules. After you have done that, head to V.V.R info and follow the pinned instructions. Then jump into the waiting room and we will get you on when we can. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you there. We will be starting shortly. Enjoy this track by Wiljan Zandra. It is called Woodlands.
My webcam is not there.
Your webcam's not there?
No.
What a start. While you do that, I'll just introduce us and get us started.
Yeah.
Welcome along, guys, back to another V.V.R episode number 8, or number 8 should I say, where we're going to discuss a bit about the Awakened Titan poll and hopefully get your input on it and what you guys voted for, and what you reckon it's all about. Also, Sean's tweets seem to be confusing quite a few people, so we'd also like to discuss that a bit, especially the one where he's tweeted a load of clock emojis. People have various things that they reckon that's all about. And then we've also got the Old Gods email where everybody who participated has had to pick a dreamer to speak to and then do a survey afterwards. I'd love to know what people chose on that, what options and whatnot. But yeah, I'm Infinite Gamer. I'm also joined by Alpha Pixis, who's having webcam problems.
And I've fixed it.
Ah, there we are.
Hopefully, thankfully.
So yeah, we are both streaming. So anybody who is not on Alpha Pixis stream, make sure to jump over, drop a like, sub if you haven't subbed. He's an awesome guy, awesome content. And yeah, thank you so much, man. I've already had 2 subs. Thank you so much to Cobra TV, man. Shout out to you. Love your stuff. And to, oh god, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name. Zvaleng? Is that it?
Spell it? I don't know.
Oybind Svaleng, 2 words. But yeah, either way, man, thank you so much for the subs. I really do appreciate it. And thank you, William Voss, for coming along. Sword, Pimpin Plays. Yeah, man, awesome. An awesome way to Awesome
To
way
start the
this.
day.
Yeah, man. At the moment, we are playing Novus Inceptio as well, a little game that Alpha actually does a Let's Play series of, and it really interested me. So I decided to buy it myself, and it's a cool little game, a little sandbox game, just run around, build stuff. There's quests in it. There's a story you can read up on the internet about it. But yeah, so far so good. Hopefully it'll run well on stream.
Yeah, and it's going to be a MMO eventually. So
yeah,
full MMO experience.
Yeah, man, can't wait for that. Definitely seems like a game suited for it.
It is. So we have those topics that we placed in our
title.
Yeah, in our title. And before we get started, we just want to ask everybody if you can actually hear us properly.
Yeah.
That there's no technical issues, because OBS is being a bitch.
And
so is OBS. Or not OBS, sorry, YouTube. I said OBS. I'm just going to blame OBS twice, it seems. So, let us know that you can hear us and everything. Pippa Play says, "Lol, knows worries. I figured you should know." Yeah. as we, tell the community how much we hate them, behind their box. No.
No, only Joshua. Hey there, UK Gamer Man, thank you for coming along again, and he's also shouting out to you guys across the pond. And Universal Moderator, awful stream as always. I know, Vedran. One day I'll make it a good stream for you, don't worry. I'll try my best.
Exactly.
Okay, so alright, I'm just gonna eventually jump back into my game. But so let's discuss a bit about these recent Waking Titan activity with this poll, this voting. What I might do actually.
Because I didn't actually get the opportunity to vote.
Well, apparently it's still open. I was confused, but I have messaged onto Waking Titan Watcher where they commented about it, and I just said, "Is this still open or is it closed?" And they have said it's open. So if you want to still go do it, man. Drop your vote in there.
Yeah, I should actually.
But yeah, we basically got the choice, didn't we, of 4 different options of it. You had video, audio, text, and brainwaves. I think at the moment it's at 67% have said video, 16% said text, 11% said brainwaves, and there seems to be no option there for or no update on audio. So I'm taking it nobody has actually picked audio.
Yeah, I think everybody is getting confused, and I think that, because we know as much as everybody else does, and we're not saying that this is cold hard fact, but I think everybody's picking video in the hopes that that's what we're going to get gameplay wise. But
like a trailer or something.
But it could so easily be just them extracting a dreamer on a video for the purposes of the Waking Titan universe.
Yeah, so I think that would be
there, give us a hint of what we're going to be doing when we are extracting the dreamers. And Nerve says, "Hey guys," and hello Nerve, thanks very much for the use of your music. You're awesome.
I think that'd be a pretty cool thing if it actually was a video file of them extracting some of the dreamers, because when in the old God's email we had the choice of three dreamers, didn't we? And it said that the dreaming, the extraction process is a hard process, and there is a chance we may not be able to rescue every dreamer.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering whether, like you said, that depending what we pick here, we might get a video on them extracting some of the dreamers, and then come the 20th, when they've said that's when we'll be extracting, the community itself will be extracting dreamers. Wondering whether that's going to be the last 3 dreamers to be extracted, and it's going to come down to sort of a choice to us on who we extract, or depending what we put in the survey. Like they're going to compile what everybody said in the survey, and then that's going to end up being the ultimate decider of who gets extracted. Or
I think so, yeah, because they're leading up to it. Like the way they give us the psychological profiles, and and basically the detailed history of each dreamer
yeah,
is to prepare us for knowing not only like in a physical way how the dreamer, once taken out of the machine, will react to the real world, but also in a psychological way as well. In being like, maybe the younger the better, because younger people that are just they're just developing their own personality and stuff like that would have a much more grasp in going from one world into another. If their entire world was built fictitiously, that is, they'd have an easier time of adapting to the real world, or knowing that they weren't in a real world to begin with, so all their experiences were flawed from a certain point. So I don't know. It's going to be tough in that way. So I think that's what they're trying to do. Prepare us for that. A lot of people are after texting or chatting or whatever it's called. Maximiliano Salguero says, "What game is this? This is Novus Inceptio. Really cool indie game. Single player at the moment. Going to be an MMO eventually. It's really cool."
it is an interesting game. I only bought it today and started playing it afterwards. I watched Alpha's Let's Plays videos on it, and it's one of those games that sort of captures me, a bit like Conan Exiles, in a sense, but a bit bigger world, more open, and then more of a sci-fi twist added to it.
Yeah.
Really cool game. Check it out. It's quite cheap. It's only £15 on Steam at the moment. Yeah.
And for all of you people into dollars and euros, it will probably sit around what is it, 1999 mark. Yeah.
But yeah, what was the other? We've got Sean's tweets as well.
We do indeed.
That I know a lot of people. That a lot of people seem to be, I don't know, picking apart. We had the one with the hard drives. And the one says corrupted on it, but then he tweeted to himself on that, or commented to himself on that, with the 12 clock emojis, each counting down an hour. But as Alpha pointed out to me, if you look at the time that was actually tweeted, I think it's like, was it 4:06 p.m. yesterday? Which, if you count 12 hours from then, that would have been 4 in the morning.
This morning. Yeah.
This morning for us anyway. That's BST time zone. Yeah. And that, I think, is roughly around when the Awakened Titan Element 6 unlocked and you was able to do this voting. So I think that's what he was actually counting down to.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion anyway, and sure you agree with me, Alpha.
100% agree.
Well, you that pointed it out to me. So yeah, but feel free to, chat about it and give us your points of view. We will be taking callers as well. In fact, I think we already have Red Subset waiting in the V.V.R waiting room for us. So do you want to pull him over, see what he's got to say about it?
Indeed. Pulling him over now.
And
hello.
Hey Red.
What's up?
What's up, man?
How are you doing?
Going good.
Good, man. Good.
All good.
All
very good
over here. Yeah, anyone else who may want to jump on and join us in the show, don't forget to join our Discord, the Alpha Discord. If you type in !IP in my chat, that's Infinite Gamer, that'll bring up the link to our Discord. You can join it and jump into the waiting room, let us know, and we'll pull you in as soon as we can.
And over my end, it's just simply !Discord, and hopefully the link still works. Watcher, YouTube, I am playing Novus Inceptio, man, on Steam. Very cheap indie title. Well, yeah, independent, I suppose. It's very cheap on Steam, about 20 quid. 15 for people over in Britain. And it's kind of like it's very hard to explain. It's kind of like an MMO, but it's played singly for a moment until they work out everything so that they can bring it to an MMO stage, basically.
Yeah.
And when I say they, I mean one. It's like a passion project from one developer. So it's been on the go since like 2015, and it's changed a hell of a lot. I mean, I'm on my 3rd season now playing it in Let's Plays, and even from then till now, massive. Absolutely
fair
massive.
play for like for one person. That's pretty impressive to be able to create a game like.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Yeah. So what'd y'all choose on the
On the voting poll
survey? Yeah.
or the Dreamer survey.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The voting poll, I actually picked text. Just in the off chance, if it is anything along the lines of patch notes or a trailer, I would so much rather patch notes over trailer, just to get a bit more in depth and
Yeah.
a bit more coverage of what's actually going to be in next, so I'm able to not just speculate. I'm actually able to say, okay, this is going to be in the game, that's going to be in the game. Whereas with a trailer,
Right.
it's going to be very hard to
Mhm.
properly pick out what we're seeing, and we may take it the wrong way and then be disappointed when the game comes out.
Yeah. Because like if we get a trailer at this stage, like, you know, like we haven't in the past, and I can understand the reasons for it. Like, you know, it
Yeah.
being a procedural generated game, they're constantly working on it. So how can you give a trailer, like, you know, that outlines a game mechanic when that could be completely flawed by the time they release it, and then they've no opportunity to like turn it off safely without disappointing somebody? 'Cause
Yeah.
somebody's going to turn around and say, like, I don't know, the pink elephants that were fucking spacefaring and flying around or whatever, they're not in the game, and it's like, and they were in the trailer. It was like, yeah, but you know, they didn't work properly.
Now, there's
things
probably
like-
still in the game, just turned off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's what happened when, upon release. Everything was there.
Oh, yeah.
It
just wasn't working. You know.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But you know, in all honesty, I'm not going to be that disappointed if we don't see a trailer until like the day of release or the day before release, because with each
Well-
update we haven't had an update.
I have a
We haven't
feeling
had a
that
trailer on the update straight away, like.
with asking us, do we want text? Do we want video? Do we want brainwave? I think that's how they're going to probably do their live event of the extraction of the dreamers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what my theory was. So we get a choice to see like a video of them extracting a dreamer or whatever, or you know, or the text, like, you know, basically a rundown of what happened in the place, like, you know, because they did have a picture of you know, that kind of machine that all the dreamers were in. Remember?
Yeah.
For the Wear device and stuff. That was a good while back now, but you know, maybe that's what they're talking about, like, you know, whether to visually represent it or, you know, represented with audio or,
Yeah.
you know, so that's what, yeah.
I'm just gonna actually have to close down my game because my video output is low at the moment and it keeps buffering. Therefore,
Okay.
I will be quickly jumping over to No Man's Sky because I know that works alright. But any other game never seems to like to work with OBS at the moment. It's very bizarre.
Yeah, I think I went against what Infinity was trying to do. He voted text and I voted video. So
Right.
I'm sorry there, Infinite.
No, that's fine, man. Like, each to their own. Like, that's why they've given us the choice, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to go to No Man's Sky as well.
Very taxing games. I do apologise about this, guys, but we will still be here talking.
I'm just after looking at my
Do not fear.
yeah, the, you know, the drop frames thing or whatever, or not the drop frames on YouTube's end. God, YouTube, what are you doing, man? You know, help out the little guys, you know.
Did you all participate in the Myriad app when the Old God's Letter came out?
Yeah.
All right, I went with Unha, the South Korean
woman.
Yeah. That was a pretty cool read right there, man. I had my brother, he went through a psychology class in college, and I'm like, okay, since you went through psychology class, give me a hand here. And I brought him in, and between me and him, we were able to figure out and kind of brute force our way through it.
Right.
And figure out the correct path. And we got a lot of information out of it that I submitted to Emily and Myriad, or Atlas 16.
Yeah. What did you? What were your choices on the survey? Did you have choices like, does the age of the dreamer make a difference to you? Does the gender of the dreamer?
Yeah. Okay. The age of the dreamer will kind of have an impact for me.
Yeah.
Because we've already had one example that what was his name, the deceased one, because I think we tried to pull him out a little too late, and his condition started falling really fast and we couldn't save him. So that would definitely have an impact on me.
Yeah.
Not only that, if I catch you in a lie, I don't want that. Why do we want to pull somebody out that's caught in a lie?
Very true.
Because they're not going to be beneficial to us. And then also, it was kind of cool that I brought my brother in to help me with this Myriad. He classified the three that we chose, Toby, Alexander, and Ha. He gave them each a unique classification that I would never have thought of. Alexander, he gave him the cleric classification, the healer.
Yeah.
Toby, he gave him the wizard classification. And Ha, he gave her the hacker classification.
Oh, right.
And okay. I would have never thought of that particular classification for the three dreamers if he wouldn't have came along and classified them that way. I'm like, that's really unique. I would have never thought of that.
That's a pretty cool way of looking at it. I never.
Yeah, it's very D&D representation of classes, but you know, it's still you can still classify any game that has kind of RPG elements as them being that, like, you know, you could just, like, you know, rework the names, because like fundamentally all RPGs have the same kind of roles, the same kind of character,
just with a different name.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, so, but a healer is like universal, like, you know, you heal people, you know. You know, like, you know, we could even have an engineer class, like, you know, and they'll be more along the line of tech and stuff, and things like that, you know.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool way of looking at it. I never thought of looking at the three dreamers we got to pick from like that either.
Well, obviously they're in there for a reason, you know. They have to have a role in the even in the fictionally created society, like, you know. So wouldn't stand to reason.
When he started classifying them that way, I'm like, I was shocked. I still couldn't believe I didn't think of classifying them that way, because then it might actually make a little bit more hardcore personalities to them, that they would actually pick those types of characters within a D&D setting.
I quite like the idea of that. Yeah. So
well, we always thought that there might have been classes. What's up?
Yeah. Classes on it? Yeah, I kind of like that idea.
Just had Awakened Titan Watcher message. The AwakenedTitan.com status command has been updated to say... It hasn't changed, has it?
What's the third line down? Because we were waiting on sequence 3, weren't we?
Yeah, well, I thought we was.
Sequence 3 is pending still.
Okay.
So it's sequence 4.
Yeah. So who said that Wake and Titan was updated?
Wake and Titan Watcher. Oh right, I know. I
Yep.
think it's the percentages are updating. Video 68%, text is 16, and Brave Waves are 12 now.
Yeah, that would make sense. So maybe the poll, when the poll closes,
Yeah.
sequence 3 and 4 probably aren't going to open until the poll.
All have actually closed. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Question is, when will they close the poll down?
I don't know. When did they open? Because like
They opened last night.
Last
Yeah,
night at
4
about
4 a.m.,
wasn't it? So I
yeah.
reckon it's going to be about 12 hours, and it'll probably end then.
yeah, so 4. What we're talking about is 4 this evening.
Probably, yeah.
No.
So, in an hour and a half, maybe. This is pure speculation, by the way, guys. Don't take me.
Yeah.
Don't take me fully
Yeah,
serious.
Yeah, we're
but yeah.
we're bullshitting. So you know we're just, we're
Right.
just spitting the crap, like, you know, and we know as much as you guys know, which is feck all.
Yeah.
Yeah, come
hey,
come here for your news.
Yeah, hey there, Nerve Man. How you doing, dude? Thank you for coming along, and thank you for subscribing to me as well.
Yeah,
Awesome, man. Awesome. Love
Nerve
your
is
love
a-
today.
Nerve is a great man. And huh?
Yeah, sorry, talking to myself here.
Oh, that's great. um,
So does anybody have the list of the questions that was on that survey?
I can get it.
yeah, I actually don't. I just breeze through it. You know.
2 seconds.
Yeah, I breezed through it too without thinking about writing them down.
Yeah. Or screenshots or whatever. It seemed like a basic like psychology test anyway, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I was thinking the way that they've done it, like I was saying, each of the questions seems to have something to do with, like, one of the 3 dreamers. So, like, when I'm asking about age, you've got the old guy, and then you've got the kid.
Yeah.
So I reckon that if you'd chosen the kid and spoke to the kid, then you're probably going to lean more towards the fact of, yeah, age does matter, because you don't want, like, an old person's lived their life, and if there is the risk of not being able to pull them all out, you'd rather the kid get pulled out so he can carry on with his life, sort of thing. Like saying,
Yeah.
it's sort
Yeah.
of like a bit of a psychological test.
Yeah, because the older they are, the more used they are to an environment. Like, you know, pulling them out of that is risky.
Yeah, they've got more
Yeah.
chance of, like you say, like, I don't know, a heart attack or something.
Well, or just like, you know, psychologically, them just completely losing their mind, you know? Imagine you found out the world you lived in didn't really exist.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, what? So I invested, like, you know, what, 30 odd years into an existence that doesn't matter. You know, it would shatter people's worldviews. You know?
I'll do is
It's like the Matrix, you know?
okay.
Bye.
If you
Ooh, yeah.
if you're watching my stream, Red, it's up there. I've got it up on my display capture.
Okay.
I've got Nerve saying, what do you think the poll will conclude, guys? We did discuss that a bit earlier on, and saying
Yeah.
basically that we reckon it's something along the lines of they're trying to extract the dreamers at the moment,
Yeah.
and then I reckon we on the 20th we've got the choice of these three dreamers that we had in the old God's email, and they're gonna be the 3 that we're gonna have to sort of choose from, or depending, like I said, on the survey, like what people had said on it, that's gonna have already made the choice for us, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe, like, you know, they're probably gonna show us, like, in text form or audio form or video form how to actually extract a dreamer, what the process is, you know. Because they said it's a complex procedure, and we need to prepare ourselves for it. So this is only the first step in preparation for, you know, extracting those remaining dreamers safely.
Yeah.
Whichever one we decide to do, you know. So that's what it seems like. You know?
I mean, we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah.
I reckon
Right.
I reckon we're gonna hear something else today. I hope we do anyway, just to sort of know what's happening. But we know for definite that we're gonna be attempting to extract dreamers on the 20th. That's a good sign. Also, most likely means the end of the ARG as well, which I imagine most of
I
us were
wouldn't
already
say
expecting.
everybody's saying the end of the ARG. I think it's just the end of this season for
Yeah,
that ARG.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think. Well, I'm hoping they do bring back the ARG. Like I was saying to Alpha earlier, that for every major update they do, they sort of incorporate the update into the ARG, like
Yeah.
they have with Next. I would love for them to do that because I love the way the ARG's worked. I love the way it's brought a community together. It's brought all of us together. I've met amazing people through it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I say they will though. The only thing that they'd want to be a little bit more cautious about is making the next one a little bit like the first one.
Yeah.
This one seemed, it seemed like not even the people running it knew what the fuck they were doing, like, you know, because
Yeah.
it was all over the place, very spotty. The first one, like, the reason why it wasn't as like people didn't give out much about it was because it was less cerebral and more visual and more interactive, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
This one's very business, you know. It seems well, it's just like, you know, it's just a fact, like, you know, where was a company and all that stuff. So it's just very fucking business, political, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's less about the, you know, it's less about the crypticism, like less about the puzzle, more about the, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know the start of the ARG was all about solving puzzles, coming together as a community to work out these different
Yeah.
challenges and whatnot, and I think that was a really fun part of it. Like, I didn't participate much into it, but it's like always fun reading up what people had done and seeing what they had done, and it's amazing to see, like, you know, some people file diving into the websites and, you know, things like that. It's amazing to see that people have learned these skills or got these skills.
Yeah,
And it's like awesome seeing them put it to use as well.
Well, one thing about that is if you don't have the skills, one thing that Game Detectives does have is an institute that's free of charge. You can actually go to their website and learn some of these skills to help out with ARG. And it doesn't cost anything to take classes. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about starting on it and going through some of their coding classes that they got.
Nice. Yeah.
Somebody did tell me about that before. I have had a brief look at it. Like, it does look quite interesting. I've got Universal Moderator saying I haven't even done the poll because I saw it only like 5 minutes ago in my mail. Definitely worth going to do just to be a part of it, unless that's the poll that I've got up on my screen now. I'm not sure if that's closed yet, although I don't think it would be. And Universal Moderator also says, also I shared your stream to all my friends, and since I don't have any friends, sorry mate, no more viewers for you. Well, thank you for trying. I appreciate the attempt.
Well, you and all the rest of your personalities will enjoy us.
Well, yeah, he does have very many personalities. I've got UK Gamer saying it's a morality choice. Everyone is different and has their own views. There is no right or wrong answers. And yeah, I totally agree with you there.
Yeah.
It's down to personal preference at the end of the day. And then Nerve, I've got saying, do you guys think there will be multiplayer issues with servers and all that throughout next week?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's no way around it. They haven't even stress test the servers, I think.
Exactly.
So, they have.
Oh, they have?
The community event was a stress test when you think about it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah,
it was a good way of getting everybody into the same
instance and testing their ability.
Yeah, seeing how it goes.
Yeah, because all they'd have to do is put those people in. Like the hardware will be the same. They've been working in the back end, because if you look at your console, if you look at your PC or whatever, go into the menu.
Yeah.
Look at the, you know, the, what is it? What did they call it in this game? It's like,
what now?
Yeah, the online services. Mine's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're constantly working it. You know. Peter says hello, and Nerve says what Nightbot says. Thanks very much, Nerve. Universal Moderator says griefing. Fair enough. I don't know what that's about. Watcher YouTube says, why don't you play No Man's Sky? Well, I am now, and you didn't wait, and you said nothing. Bye. Okay, fair enough. Goodbye.
Okay,
right.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's all interesting stuff at the moment, and I don't think anybody really has any clue as to what's actually going on at the moment. In all fairness, I know I don't have. I've got my ideas and my theories, but overall, I don't really know exactly what's going on or what's even happening.
It's all speculation at this point.
It is.
You know.
Well,
And for anybody else to say different, like, you know,
yeah, nobody is able to know what's going on at all at the moment.
apart from Mr. Sean Murray himself.
Well, yeah.
Or Hello Games.
Yes. Yeah, I'm wondering, 'cause he's gotten a lot more active on Twitter lately. So I am wondering whether... Oh God. Whether the
I wonder whether it's him or whether they got a new community manager.
Well, yeah, that could have been a possibility.
The PR.
Yeah, just like, you know, like, I want you to say this, like, you know, just fuck with them a bit, like, you know. Okay, fair enough, Sean. Yes, I will do your bidding.
Well, I did like the tweet that somebody had put to all those clock emojis, and it was just saying Sean Murray out with his friends having a beer, and then Sean Murray actually turning around and saying to his friends, "Oh, look at this, guys. Anything I put, I can literally put anything, and they will go crazy and love my tweets and share them. Look, I will show you now. Lots of clock emojis, and what do you know? It actually works. Everybody does go crazy. Starts losing their mind.
It does.
It's
We
funny
will.
Yeah, it's funny how that happened. The first thing I did when I saw that was, oh, I'm going to like that and retweet it. I have no clue what he means by it, but, you know, yeah, makes no odds to me. I'm still going to like it and retweet it. Let's get to this yak. Yeah.
Cool. Hidden Dragon, sup? Nothing much, man. How are you doing?
Awesome to see
Thank
you
you
there,
for joining.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It seems to have been quite a quiet week for Wake and Titan and No Man's Sky news.
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Assuming we get character class within the next update.
Yeah.
And let's name these character class the Explorer, the Combat Specialist, the let's see, the Tech Specialist. All right, and I forget the fourth one. So you got the Combat Specialist, you got the Explorer, and you got the Tech Specialist.
You need the Prospector as well, you know, to mine stuff.
What ones would you pick if there's character class in it? What ones would you pick to play as?
What, so you mean if it was a case of like you load up your game and it tells you to pick one of them and that's it?
Yeah.
You have to stick with that one then?
Yeah.
Oh God, I pray to God that don't do that, because I really don't like that idea. For Sky.
Yeah, I'd be more inclined to be able to like specialize in one thing, but branch out into everything.
Like,
you know?
UK Gamer 84 turned around and said he really hopes that with next we'll be able to have more than one multi-tool. And I love that idea, because you can have one multi-tool that's, you know, you've got set up for fighting, and then another multi-tool that you've got set up for mining. So when you're out with your mates and, like, say your mate only has stuff to do with fighting, it's not a problem. You can go back to your base, you can swap your equipment over, and you can set yourself up to be an explorer.
Yeah.
Right.
But if I had to pick out of all of them, if I did have to pick, I would probably go with Explorer, to be honest, because the thing I love most about this game is, you know, going out there, discovering these new planets, these new creatures, new, you know, new biomes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'd have to go with the Tech Specialist, be able to build something.
It would be cool if they did make it so you can actually, like we've said multiple times, actually be able to like sort of customize your ships and build onto your ships and that sort of thing. Like, I would love to be able to do that.
Yeah, it would be great. Like, as long as like if there was an Explorer class, they'd really have to flesh out a lot of things. Like, you know, like for instance, you know, make make like collecting animal samples and stuff like that, and analyzing them and stuff like that. Make it so that it's worth something. Apart from just polo, you know, and apart from money. I mean, like, you know, maybe upload it to a database, maybe have something like that.
Yeah.
I heard before Rayrod said there was an unused kind of a holographic interface for your bases.
All right.
So maybe your favorite creature or something like that, you could have holographically displayed in your base, you know, if you were an explorer, if you're inclined.
Yeah, that'd be really cool, man. So like walk into a base and you've got this hologram platform with like the recent creature you've discovered or uploaded or something, or you can scroll through the ones you've uploaded and pick your favourite one to have there.
Something like that.
I'm still waiting for them to produce a zoo for it.
Well, from the last one you were talking about bloody pans, not like, you know, like seeding one planet with another species or something.
Yeah. Transferring species over to another planet.
Yeah.
That would be cool, man.
Which isn't outside the realm of possibility, because they're all, you know, quadrupeds and, like, you know, sextipeds or whatever the word for 6 legs is. They've got a lot of them, you know.
Yeah. Too many legs, that's the word.
Yeah, there we go. Let's just put it in an under category of too many legs, yeah. And
I've got nerds saying, whatever happened to ecosystems that mattered on planet?
I don't think they could get it working properly. See, like, that's the only reason, like, you could say it, like, because if you look at the game right now, lush planets only don't have as many trees as fucking frost planets, so there's definitely something there.
Yeah, that's what I've always found bizarre. Like, you get to this lush planet that you're expecting to be, you know, lush with flora and life and that, and you go there and there's really not that much there. And then you get to the frozen planet and it's freaking nothing but forest, like.
Yeah, or if you go to a particular waypoint and, like, you know, find that area, discover that area, and it says something like, I don't know, badger fucking swamp or something, you know?
Yeah.
What makes it a swamp if you're on a fucking, you know, desert planet, you know? Why would they attach the word swamp after it if there's actually nothing there worthy of it being a swamp? So it seems that Hello Games had the idea that they'd have unique biomes within planets. And they just don't have it working, or they have it turned off, or there's some reason why they're named etc. swamp, you know? There's no point in having a description in the name if it's not actually a swamp, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree.
So there must be some mechanics there for it.
Yeah, I reckon there was. I reckon they've just been struggling to actually get it working in the game. I would love to.
It'll probably be up and working in the update.
I would love.
Oh yeah, well if they brought your man in. Oh sorry.
No, it's alright. Doesn't say I'd love to land on a planet and, you know, you land on one side and it's frozen over and you can literally fly around the planet and see changing biomes. That'd be friggin' amazing. That would, really would be.
Yeah, that's what I would love to see as well. Yeah. And it would make sense, because then some creatures would only be in a swamp. So then you'd be like, all right, yeah. So like I've got 2 creatures left on this planet. I've gotten a bird, so that's the aerial dealt with. I've gotten a couple of cave creatures. I've got, like, you know, what I think is the max on you know, water creatures, about 3 or 4 or something like that. I've only got 1 more left. Okay, it might be a swamp creature. You know, it might be a desert creature. You know, and we have to fly to these individual sections on the planet, like, because Earth has more than one biome. You know what I mean? We have fucking many of them. Like, you know, like even down to the differences in different jungles. You know, the differences in different frozen plains. You know, you come across a tundra, which is like you know, just a frozen expanse. It's like, you know, a frozen desert. You know. And you come across a taiga that's like a frozen forest, you know?
I suppose the way that they've sort of done it isn't basing every planet like it is on Earth. It's basing them more like the other planets in our solar systems. You've got like Pluto, which is a completely frozen over planet, that sort of thing. So I don't want to see, like, I wouldn't want to see every planet have multiple biomes.
Oh no, but put a chance of it in
put those in there, like you're saying, like the lush planets.
Yeah.
like, to me, or paradise planets, to me, they would be planets that would be closest to our planet, the closest to Earth.
Yeah, an overgrown planet, you know?
Yeah.
Lush. You know?
So actually have those planets with sort of multiple biomes and, you know, really nice weather systems and all that sort of thing. But then if you come across a planet that says glacial planet or frozen planet, then yeah, that planet's frozen over.
Yeah.
Like, maybe have one area where you got icy mountains and then another area where you've got snowy plains and blizzards, and but it's all iced over sort of thing, like.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like, you know, because at the moment, the only diverse thing in it, like, you know, as you said, for instance, you use frozen, you know?
Yeah.
There is, like, glacial planets, which are mostly water and ice, and then there's frozen planets, which are frozen, you know? I think on one occasion I was on a frozen planet, and I came across what looked like a tiny bit of grass and stuff in the area, you know?
Yeah.
That was, like, frozen, and it just looked beautiful, and I was like, wow, why can't most of, like, these planets have these, you know, unique features to them? That just showed that the planet wasn't always a frozen wasteland, you know? It had grass going for it and everything, like.
Yeah.
I can't wait, guys.
Oh, I know. It's a problem at the moment. Like,
No waiting.
each week I'm hoping for more information that we can chat about on this show, but it seems like the closer we're getting to next, the less we're actually getting.
All right, so the PvP ship, the last audio recording, I do believe they're calling it a capital ship. Am I correct?
In the audio, yeah, they did at the end say heading back to the capital ship or something along those lines.
But then again, we don't know if it's going to be that ship.
I don't think it would be, because to me a capital ship sounds bigger than a freighter.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this ship is
And
smaller.
that ship, yeah, I'm positive that it is smaller.
Well, it might actually be bigger than the freighter, just because we have no real scale size to scale it to anything.
Yeah, you don't have no way of scaling it, but in the hologram that we got, you can only see two turrets on it, one on the top, one on the bottom, whereas you look at the freighters have a lot more than one turret. So if there's a ship bigger than the freighter, why would it only have two turrets, whereas the freighter has like 6?
Well,
And
think
not only
about
that,
it
it's
this way.
streamlined for like freighters aren't fast, you know, they're like the fucking trucks of the universe, you know, they're
They're the
they're
haulers.
lucky, yeah, they're meant to carry things and they're meant to be a place of trading and stuff like that. But what we seen in that hologram was actually streamlined and, like, you know, had a fair size engine in accordance to the rest of it, you know.
Well, think about it this way: if you take your naval ships, okay,
Yeah.
the smaller ones don't really have that many guns on it. Okay, the max is probably 3 or 4 main guns.
Yeah.
You get to the bigger ships, it'll probably have less guns than that, maybe 1 or 2. But however, their caliber size is going to change a whole hell of a lot, because they can carry a little bit heavier payload for it. Now, however, just because we saw the 2 turrets on it
Yeah.
means that, okay, we got barrel projectiles. Maybe there's a missile silo that we can't account for, and yet it's on there.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know.
That we couldn't see.
We're soon gonna find out. I'm loving the ideas and the speculation with it all.
Yeah. Like the ship is you know, it's really nice looking, you know, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to, you know, stick a designation on it without knowing, really. You know?
Yeah. Definitely.
For all we know, they could be the capital ships, you know. But,
I mean, maybe that's what they're going to do in Element 6. Every last thing that we saw in the in all the other elements, it's going to compile it all into one. But actually,
come together and finally reveal what we've been looking at.
Yeah. So maybe it will be like a little gameplay video of, and you'll see a character running over to his ship. He gets in his ship, goes up. You see him go to the ship in the hologram that we saw, and then when he looks back at the planet, we see a ringed planet. Like, this is pure like tinfoil hat on style speculation, but
yeah,
you know, it's not impossible. I've got.
Oh, sorry.
Which you're going to read out in the chat.
I was just going to say thank you very much, Stuart Ellis, too, for subscribing to my channel. Much appreciated.
Awesome, man. Nice one, man. Connecting those dots, sharing that love.
Too much love.
I know. I've just got Nerve saying I think No Man's Sky needs a bit more mystery to its exploration-wise. I would love that there's star clusters out there that are heaps dark and mysterious. And yeah, I totally agree with you. It's one thing that I'm starting to think it's a bit lacking within No Man's Sky. There's as much as there is to explore, at the same time, there's not as much as you'd like. I've also got Matador who's jumped in and he's saying, "Hi guys, hey there man, awesome to have you here."
What's up?
Captain Monday Baker says, "Trailer." Just checking in. No trailer.
No, unfortunately not. As much as I'd love to show you guys that, I really don't reckon we'll be getting a trailer until the 20th, to be totally honest.
No, it's an update. Every other update had a trailer very close to the time of release, if not on day of release.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do it because it's a procedural game, and there's going to be a lot of different things going on. Mechanic wise, if they can't actually get stuff working before the trailer's released, what's the point in having that mechanic in if they have to shut it off and take it out?
Yeah.
So they'll be leaving it as close to release as possible to make sure that all that they have in the trailer will be contained within the game, because of course, you know, they did that the first time and it didn't work out well for them, you
know.
Yeah.
Matador also says, and if it is bigger than the freighter, so he's going back to the hologram ship, those turrets would be massive. And yes, they would be.
Yeah.
But I think that's what Red was sort of getting at. Like, maybe it is a ship that's bigger than the freighter, but the turrets that it's got on it only needs 2 because they're that higher caliber, they're that big, that it can like obliterate ships a lot quicker than the smaller turrets we have on freighters at the moment.
Yeah, who knows? Like, we haven't even gotten to fire these turrets, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Physically, ourselves. We don't know what kind, there's no upgrade for it, so there's no names put on them, you know? For all we know, they could be plasma ejectors, like, you know, and plasma is going to hurt a lot more than a laser is, because plasma is actually physical. And, like, you know, its energy is contained within a liquid also. So it's like, you know, it would burn the hull of a ship a lot easier. It'd be kind of like acid. They've been testing and playing next for some time now. Yes, they have, about 6 months. But playing and testing and putting in actual features are 2 completely separate things.
Yeah.
You can play test something without it having all the features in it, you know. So you can take what they say with a grain of salt.
I've got High Fiddle 32, thanks for coming along, mate. Awesome to have you here. He said, I think we might see contested areas of space and players will be able to fight across all 4 factions, fight against all 4 factions for rewards. That's something that I would love to see. I've said many times that you go onto the conflict scanner in the galaxy map, it'll say a system's at war.
Yeah.
And then you go there and there's no war happening. I would love to see a war happening and being able to fly there, warp into there and, you know, pick a side. And depending which side you pick, you get rewards from it.
Yeah, but don't they mean by at war? Doesn't that just mean that, like, that system is, you know, high-end pirates, etc.? So you know where to go for to get your pirates, like.
It could mean that, yeah, but to me that's...
No, I mean currently. It actually does mean that, because I seen a stream where somebody was actually going to one of those at war areas because he wanted to fight pirates. And that was the best place where pirates would actually scan you a hell of a lot more in those systems.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, in a conflict.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me, that still doesn't feel like a war when you go there.
Oh yeah, but
that's what
it
I mean.
Isn't. They have a war going on, but you can't see the war. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
the war might be taking place in a place. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nerves turned around and said, also guys, can we talk about whatever happened to Sean's idea of when looking out at other planets from a distance, you can see the planet's true geography and land shape?
Well, they already explained that. Like, the closer you get to an object in No Man's Sky, denotes how much of the textures are actually loaded in. Like, they've got different LODs, like load on demand or whatever. So the closer you are to it, the more texture. Like, I'm playing at the moment. Look at the textures on this. But that's because I'm like really close to it. But if you look far away, like the less resolution that you actually get with the textures. So for a planet, that's actually like a fair distance away. So you wouldn't be able to view from one planet to the other planet whether or not it would have textures or not. It's just a limitation of the hardware and what they do and how they actually load specific things into the game. So I don't think that would get much better.
Yeah, I wouldn't be really able to say much on it because with it being procedurally generated, you don't know how it's all working, and then like you say, you got all the rendering and everything that the computer itself or console has then got to do. So it could be a software issue of just purely not being able to.
Well, don't forget they brought in that guy to help with the procedural generation.
Very true.
With,
very true. Well, he only procedurally generates cities. That's what his job is, doing cities, buildings, things like that. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's.
No, he's not there for the cities. Like I've said this since the start. Just because he works on cities doesn't mean that he's there for cities. He's there because he found out how to make a hell of a lot in one instance happen with very low, with very low tax on your machine. So if he could make a fucking city appear in in a PC, for instance, running on low enough hardware, potato level hardware to medium sized hardware, and not have much of an effect on graphics resolution and everything else,
frame rate, whatnot.
Yeah, so he'll be able to help squish all that shit down, and make the current game run that bit better. That's I think that's what he's there for, optimization.
Yeah, probably. Make it run smooth and make sure it all runs.
Because he's obviously got something working there on his and he says that it could work on all engines. So why not work it to be put in place within Hello Games engine, whatever the hell they use, because they don't have it on their splash screen. They said they made their own engine. I don't know why they didn't turn around and fucking name it something, because it's an amazing engine.
Yeah. Yes.
Apart from the fucking dancing mushrooms that I keep coming across all the time.
Mushrooms?
Yeah, mushrooms that every time you get close to them, they dance. They start I don't know, it's like a rubber band. So it's attached to the ground, but it depending on which way you're looking, it starts stretching and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you not come across that?
No, I ain't came across that yet. That sounds rather amusing.
I have.
What I'll do is I think I have a clip of it, so I'll Dropbox it and I'll link it into
send it over to you.
Random or something.
Yeah, that'll be freaking hilarious to see.
Oh god, so strange.
UK Gamer 84 says something that seems to have dropped off people's radar is the possibility of dungeons or dungeon type exploration to No Man's Sky. Obviously just speculation, but based from ins from Hello Games GDC. That is very true. I know that was something that was very big talk at one point.
Yeah, that's a 40-minute. It was a 40-minute talk, and I've actually watched all of it and listened to all of it. And I must say, people got it wrong. Innes turned around and said basically that he was using that as an example.
Yeah.
As an example for procedural generation, because the talk was actually in procedural. Mechanics and how to make them and incorporate them into your games. So he was saying if you were to make a dungeon in an RPG situation, he was using that analogy, and he said this is what you would do, this and this and this, and it was a very interesting talk, but it had nothing to do with No Man's Sky and fucking dungeons, to be honest. He was using it as a metaphor for how to structure your game's levels.
Yeah.
And he was using a dungeon, for instance, because a lot of dungeon crawlers have procedural elements to how they procedurally generate the dungeon.
Yeah.
So to make it more interesting and so that people didn't run out of content in a dungeon crawler,
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't say that dungeons are a impossible feat to add into No Man's Sky. I mean, I don't mean like an instance that you have to load into or anything, but something along the lines of maybe, well, like I've spoke to you about it before, Alpha. Like, do you know when you get to the freighters and you you interact with the little like black box thing that comes from the freighter, and it tells you a little something of what happened to it, like why it crashed and that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool. Like, there's one that I saw before going on about the Korvax, how they had to go underground into the caves and that to survive the harsh lands of that planet. And the creatures, and then something happened, they ended up dying. So maybe adding like a little quest marker that takes you to the entrance of a cave.
Yeah.
And then
boss fight.
Like, you go exploring through the cave and you'll come across these like dead Korvax. Dead Korvax bodies, and then there will be like loot there that you can take off their body maybe, or like those salvage boxes that you can open up and you can get like rare materials or whatnot from it. I think that'd be a really cool thing to add into the game. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
And it adds something else to the caves as well, that stops them from being so like linear and so similar.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, definitely.
Hyfredil says if they implement procedural factions, wars would make more sense, not just pirates. Yeah, totally agree with you. Something I hope they do add into it.
Well, there is factions anyway.
Well, yeah. I think
we just can't be a part of them. So.
Yeah, they don't play a major part in the overall game.
No.
I wish they do.
I think what he means by that is like if they actually implemented in procedural factioned wars. So like you jump into a system, you do see two systems fighting each other. Not two systems, two factions fighting each other.
Oh yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But I think that'd be really cool.
Like, yeah, it's not too much of a stretch. There's already factions in it, so just procedural them, you know, like just make the mission.
Every other system you come across that the two factions are fighting over that system.
Yeah.
What do you think about like the idea of systems being able to change who's the dominant faction there? So, for instance, if you come across a Gex system and it's at war with the Korvax, say you go and assist the Korvax and you end up helping them beat the Gek and they fight that war, it actually changes the system on the galaxy map.
That would be fucking amazing.
To then the Korvax being the dominant base of that system.
So say if you stay in one system, right?
Yeah.
I think that'd be more of a community event.
Yeah, but even so, if it was a community event, that'd be even better. That'd be an awesome way of adding in cooperative play that's non-PvP, it's all PvE incorporated, with a really cool co-op multiplayer event to do with other people. It'd get so many people together to try it, and you know, to do it.
So yeah, like, so say for instance they go into like a GEC or whatever, like, you know, and you all enter like the system in your ships or whatever, and then like, you know, you get a communique or something like that, and it'll just basically, you know, these factions are at war, choose your side, and you, like, you know, put it to a vote between your friends, right, we're going to do Viking this time, like, you know, go complete the battle, like, you know, and all of a sudden you just see all these Viking fucking freighters coming in, like, you know, and all of a sudden, like, you know, there's loads of different ships flying down, and like, you know, they're basically taking over all the bases and shit like that in the region.
I think that'd look freaking awesome, and it'd be an amazing thing to do, and it'd be awesome actually having a part, like making a part to the system map, because you can change, like, to say your favorite race is Korvax, and you've got your home planet, your home system, but your home system is Gek. You, like you said, if you wait around long enough, or at some point that system will then end up in a war with the Korvax, you can be
it'll
like,
get contested or something.
Yeah. And you'll be like, oh, okay, I love the Korvax, so screw the Gek, man. I've had enough of them in this system. I'm going to side with the Korvax, help them take over this system, and then start doing that with the systems around you, and then people are like, if somebody does happen to come across your base and your home planet, your home system, they'll see that all the systems around you are Korvax.
Yeah. And then more rewards will be unlocked, saying a blueprint trader and stuff like that, because your standing would be up enough that you'll probably get special items, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like things that are at the moment very random will become less random.
Yeah.
Like the warp or fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the multi-tool upgrades for the Viking, and then you've got the
conflict scanner and
all that stuff with the Korvax and that. Like, yeah, I think it'd be really.
And the freighter drives as well, like, you know.
Yeah, it'd be a really cool feature to add to the game, I reckon. That is completely like going off on one though. I've not heard anything that hints at that. So don't get me wrong, guys. Just something that I think could be a cool feature, like.
Okay, so we're coming up to the hour now. Do we want to play that trailer and maybe do the screenshot showcase?
Yeah, we can do. I wouldn't mind making myself another drink and that as well.
Yeah, cup of tea.
Oh wait, there. I've got quite a bit going on in my chat. Hey there, Lawman. Awesome to have you here. Thank you for coming along, man. He said Earl Grey tea, check. Nip Nip, check. Playing No Man's Sky, check. Watching Infinite Gamer in the morning, check, check, check. Thank you so much, dude, man. Awesome to have you here. I'm glad you've got your checklist off and you sat back relaxing.
Exactly.
I will continue reading through the chat box when we come back from the screenshot showcase, and we've also gonna be showing a trailer that was it Pimpin Plays or Ivy Mike sent to us. It's Ivy Mike one.
Ivy did the trailer and yeah.
Yeah, and he just we in our Discord we've got a little permadeath showdown section in there, and he's just asked us if we would be able to sort of promote the permadeath event that they got going on the 23rd, I believe. The 23rd of this month, so the day before next releases. Seems like it's going to be pretty big, and they're trying to get as many people involved as possible. So, you know, we said we'd do a shout out. He sent us a trailer video, and we'll play that before the screenshot showcase. Give me 2 seconds to quickly transfer these items over. Okay then. Oop, that was a completely wrong thing. I do apologise. Capture. Okay, so yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
Stuff.
Yeah, I'll mute myself and mute desktop audio as well, just for the trailer.
Okay.
Right, I'll start now.
Well, the desktop audio will be played through the trailer.
Oh shit, yeah. No, leave desktop audio. Good job you're here, Alpha. I would screw so many things up. Right then. And here we go.
On Tuesday, July 24th, the entire universe will change. Nothing will ever be the same again. The Get Nip Gang invites you to participate in one last Atlas Wars Permadeath Cage Match Showdown. All are welcome, all platforms, all streaming services, we include all. Starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday, July 23rd. For participation details, find the link to our Discord below. Rules for this cage match are super simple. All you have to do is start a new permadeath save and wait at the initialized stream. Stream it to the streaming service of your choice and share your link on the Get Nip Gang Discord. We will all initialize at the same time, and the traveler who gets to the most Atlas stations in 2 hours will be declared the winner.
Oh, there you have it. That was basically the rules and the sundown of what it's all going to be.
Indeed.
Grow your business by accepting
That
credit
was
and
awesome,
debit cards
guys.
with the SumUp card reader.
Well, it wasn't us. It was Ivy. Ivy, Mike, and the Gaknik gang there doing the awesome trailers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who would like to participate in that, or would like to know more details about it, we do have a few rules in our Discord, and if you'd like to go over to the Getnip Gang's Discord, then just type !GNG in the chat box and it'll bring up the link to their Discord and you can jump straight over.
Exactly.
I've got Daniel Bolivar asking me, how can I see Element 6? Element 6, you've got to go onto the Satcom 70 Myriad dashboard website. If you just type Satcom 70 into Google, it should be one of the first links there. Go onto that and you can click Element 6 and you can place your vote on what you would like to see.
Yes. And are we throwing up the screenshot showcase while we go and get grab a cup of tea or something?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cool.
We'll be back in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah. back. Yeah.
Okay, and we're back.
And I hope everybody enjoyed our screenshot showcase.
Yeah, I know Law did. He turned around and said as soon as I put it on,
Yeah.
what was it? You can submit screenshots for this. Awesome. And I've just said, yeah, of course you can. Just drop them into the screenshot showcase section in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's put sweep out some dope ones from like Galaxy 150 plus. So I look forward to seeing those, Law. I hope you do drop them in there. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. So, right, do we have what topics did we cover? Topics? What the fuck is topics? What topics did we cover already? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. My own words now.
Going back to the dungeons malarkey.
Yeah.
My brother has sent me a picture
Mm-hmm.
of something going on that he found before about Sean actually talking about adding it or doing it in No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
It's RPS. You're using procedural stuff for the art and the world and the bedrock, but do you procedurally generate mechanical stuff like puzzles? And then Sean says there's a thing that Dave, Ream, Hello Games creative director, and I were talking about. We have rooms that procedurally generated, but I wanted to make them like little dungeons and occasionally put them in there. So that's something that we've been talking about that I really like the idea of. I think the thing for Dave that he has to deal with, unlike other games, is that, say, that shark in the trailer.
Yeah.
We were trying to record that video and we knew that he was down there, but just occasionally. So we're going to record this bit in the water, and sometimes he doesn't show up, sometimes he does, and he just attacks you.
Yeah.
Things behave differently, and that is a weird thing when you're trying to do the handling of the gun or the aiming or something like that, because you are no longer in a situation where you can say, I'll only ever be attacked by one person or three, or they'll take their turn. There are elements of that, but a good system can do that anyway. Basically, it does sound like him and Dave we're actually talking about adding little procedurally generated rooms into No Man's Sky at some point. Whether that'll be with Next or something that they're just sort of tinkering with at the moment, I don't know.
Well, we'll wait and see on how this new system is handled.
Yeah.
And how much memory and stuff like that frees up for consoles and all that stuff.
I think that's the biggest issue they've got at the moment, the fact that they can't just... I think if it is just on PC, it'd be a lot easier for them to optimise things, because obviously a PC can handle a hell of a lot more than a console. But at the moment...
But they still have to have a baseline. Like, they can't turn around in Steam, for instance, and say, this requires 32 gigs of RAM to run. Like, people just go, what? Are you serious? Because not everybody has 32 gigs of RAM,
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
People get what they get, and that's it, and that's what companies are working with, especially on PC. It's even worse because you have to deal with anything from people might have 4 gigs of RAM still in this day and age, even though 8 is this mostly standard. 4 gig computers are still out there, and
oh god, that if you're 4 gig computer, that's ancient technology right now.
Oh, I know, yeah. But some people just don't upgrade. I have 16, I'm okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of hard to get a baseline there,
Yeah, it is.
On a PS4, there's 6 gigs of RAM,
Yeah.
That's how much RAM is in there, and that's mostly VRAM, and
UK Games says, no, that interview was in 2013 at the very beginning. I just found it interesting. Do I think it will be in that? No. Yeah, I wasn't saying that you thought it would be in Next. I totally agree with you. I don't think it will be in Next, but I definitely think it's something that he is thinking about adding, and he probably will at a later point.
Well, they probably have when you think about it. Aren't the caves procedurally generated, and caves are like dungeons?
Yeah. To me, when I hear dungeon, like, this might be a typical MMO thing, but I hear dungeon, I think enemies, a path to go down, and like a greater reward from like beating this dungeon sort of thing, like having a boss at the end or you know something like that. But that's just the way that I think about it. It could mean, like you say, it could mean the caves, or it could mean an actual dungeon where all the Gek are locked up.
Hmm.
Sean's own little prison dungeon to keep everybody everybody who disobeys his orders in No Man's Sky, he locks them in there.
Yep.
Well, I'm
Keep 'em in
hoping to
check.
see Gek and Viking and the Korvax walking around on the planets. I'm
Yeah,
tired
definitely.
of seeing them in the space station and in ships. I want to see them walking around the space station, conversing with others.
Interacting and doing things. And,
Yeah.
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 Totally agree with you, man. That would be cool.
I can see that, yeah.
I think we've got all these things to come. I don't think all of them are going to be in next. Anybody who thinks all these ideas are going to be in next, I think is being a bit too optimistic.
Oh, we got a tweet from Sean
how
Murray.
much they can do.
What?
We got a new tweet from Sean Murray.
Okay.
We broke the site, but it was real nice. No Man's Sky on Amiga. Yeah. Proving once for all that Amiga was better than the Atari. Don't at me.
Yeah, he's just messing about, I think. I don't think he's actually... Nothing Wake and Titan relevant, I don't think. I'm not sure what the YouTube link is there.
Yeah, I don't... He tweeted, so I can't find it. Yeah.
The kid just came through. So...
Yeah, all you've got to do is go onto Twitter and type in Sean Murray. You can find him. Him in all of his glory. I really need to find Iridium, and I'm having no luck at all.
Proving once for all. Good God.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't exactly, I wonder if they are picked from next. What, on the YouTube link?
Who said that?
My brother, UK Gamer. Let's go and have a look. Mojo the Evil, welcome along, and afternoon to you, my good friend.
Pictures of next? What?
Yeah, I think my brother's only messing about.
Oh.
Um,
Well, we don't want to turn into a troll show, you know?
It's just pictures of it running on Amiga.
Yeah, that's just a computer with a fucking Amiga shell, basically.
Yeah. No Nerve, I don't believe they are next footage. I think that's just UK Gamer winding everybody up. Little shit bag. Yeah. And even if they were, they're not exactly gonna show much because it's 3 images and it's not really much detail there, and nothing looks different on it to me anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's what's killing everybody at the moment. It's the fact that we know nothing, and everybody's just speculating at the moment, and people just want cold hard facts.
Yeah. Well, it's 1 week, 2 days away. It's not really that much. We are all adults, and we can handle it. You know, we've had a lot longer to wait. Huh? Just
gotta be patient. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Patience. That's key. You know.
Patience is a virtue.
But, yeah, there's no problem in speculating. Speculation, yeah, that's great. Like, you know, but keep your speculation. Yeah, exactly. Instead of expectation, it's speculation. You know, so
keep those two separate.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed when next comes out then.
No. Well, as I always say, my expectations can't fall further than the floor. So if you keep them all the way down there, there's going to be nothing else, you know.
That's it. Like I've said multiple times, the things that I'm looking forward to the most, and I really hope is in the game, is just a basic overall of the planets, animals, flora, that sort of thing.
Exactly.
If that's in the game, then yeah, I'm happy. If that's in net, sorry, then yeah, I'm happy. I'll be thrilled with that.
Yeah.
Anything else is just an added bonus, then, really.
True.
Yeah.
Oh god.
My question is, what's he gonna hide within the next update that they're gonna have us go on a wild hunt chase to hunt down to see if we can confirm whatever's in there?
What do you mean the next update?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't think they're going to, like, I don't think in last time neither they hit anything, they just turned it off because they couldn't get it working,
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying they need bug fixes, patches, everything else and stuff like that, and they're hesitant to put out a trailer because the trailer will probably contain features that they haven't fully completed or features that got broken before they, before they had the chance. So they always leave it to the last minute. Most developers do, because there's no point in making a trailer of something that's not there.
Yeah.
So who knows what they'll,
Well,
what they'll have there.
I think Hello Games learned that the hard way.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it is there. It's just not turned on currently.
Oh yeah. So we could see a lot of those things being turned on if they actually got them working.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, a lot of the things might have depended on, freeing up memory,
Yeah.
And the older a console is, most people don't remember this, or don't realize this. But if you take the PS3, for instance, okay, and you take one of the earlier games on the PS3, look at the graphics and go, Jesus Christ, this runs shit. The frame rate is like 20 FPS, it's stuttering, all this crap, And then you look at the end of its life cycle, where things like Uncharted 3 or something like that, fucking, the best they could do, or The Last of Us or something like that, really, really good graphics for a machine that was running things at 720p, at 60 frames per second. And the graphics are so different, to the earlier stuff, but it's running on the same hardware and everything else. But the more a developer works with a particular machine, and the more a machine is out there, the more that the company can actually squeeze every last bit of RAM, because not only does it have 6 gigs of RAM, but you have to remember the machine needs a certain amount of that as well for its own computations. So they'll be squeezing the most that they can have out of it. So who knows what's in it, Emily K, hello, how are you doing? I'm doing well.
Got UK Gamer saying you need to curb your expectation, Infinite. The game might not even look any different. It just might have added features we just don't know yet. I mean graphically, by the way. I know there will be new ringed planets and freighter and ship designs, etc.
Well, with every update, the graphics did change in No Man's Sky.
I'm not actually that fussed. When I say I just want an overhaul of planets and whatnot, I don't necessarily mean the graphics. I mean biomes, making the biomes actually look like what their description says, like we was discussing earlier, with a glacial planet actually making it look like a glacial planet, etc.
Yeah.
The animals, I just want there to be, I mean, I know it's going to be really hard with it all being procedurally generated, but I just want them to be a bit more variety, man, and not all look so similar to an extent, because I hate to admit it, they do.
Yeah. Well, they will look we seen from his when he was dealing with the engine and everything like that. Well, he was shown an interviewer. I can't remember exactly what interviewer it was, but he was showing the engine and what his debug settings were and stuff like that. And he showed how he could generate just like a fucking world of hills. You know what I mean? They're all tweaks that you could make in the background,
Yeah.
And when you were saying about all the different things the animals and stuff like that, they're all there, but they're just on there's Sean himself described that there's a lot of things that judge what's going to happen. It's not just as simple as you tweak a bit of code here and all of a sudden 50 different animals are there. You have to think about everything from where it's placed, it's on the animal behavior, because he even said himself that animals will behave differently in different situations and stuff like that, and we can't see that because we're just too used to it, But have you ever just stood still for about 20 minutes, not done anything, not ran to get your fucking emerald, not ran to do this, ran to do that, but just look at the animals? They do have behaviors. they do have grazing grounds. I've even seen creatures like scratch their ear with their back leg, you know?
Yeah,
They-
yeah, I've seen stuff like that, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. Just leave it shut.
What?
Sorry, talking to our missus just randomly comes in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. Like you see animals grazing and stuff like that, but it doesn't look like they're actually grazing. You don't see them all together at points, like walking around like herds, like you know any other animals would. But then you don't see them going to like watering holes, drinking things like that. Not saying that that's what I want. Just going off the topic, like you were saying about how if you stand still, you will see them do certain things, and I have done that before, and I have seen them.
Yeah.
Seen them do various things, but I just think there's so much more that they could do. But I do understand it's not a case of just tweaking a bit of code and that's it. I do know that.
It relies on so much, you know.
Yeah.
Terrence, hello, how are you doing? Emily K, turns out that is actually SkyCube using his girlfriend's account. Well done. Glad you got here. Somehow, in somebody else's skin.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. Like, you know, yeah, they tweak a bit of code, it might fuck everything up.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, it could.
It might, and they're probably doing it. But see, like, all the animals are there. You've seen all the possibilities. They even showed ships and everything else. And would it be fair to say that we only see a couple of different variations on ships?
Yeah, we do.
It really depends on how long you play. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like,
So,
I know the variations. It could be something as simple as one animal's ears look different to another animal's ears, and that could be the only difference. And that is one different variety of animal. I totally agree with you there.
Yeah, but we're dealing with machines now. You know, like they don't think like humans do. Okay, this is an algorithm. This is like basic ones and zeros. We place this here. This is what this is going to happen. You know, this is the environment, so this is what it's going to have. Like for instance, right now, I see an armadillo-looking creature, okay? With he has what looks like a fucking tomato for a head, okay? On the end of a neck. His front legs look like that of an elephant, and back legs look like that of a chicken. And I can't see any discernible eyes, and it has a shell on its back as well, like a turtle. That's variation, you know what I mean? It looks fucking weird, you know?
I can imagine it sounds.
It is terrifying. It looks like, right, you imagine a baseball glove, okay? And you switch it on its side and remove the thumb part of it, okay?
Right.
And then you put a tomato, like a green tomato on the top of it, like, you know, or an apple or something, because that's what it looks like, in the middle, and then put that on the end of a neck, okay? And then color the front legs as a tiger, and it still looks lizardy, and then the back legs kind of like a lizard. And that's what you've got. This is a creature, all on its own, all of its own fucking making, and it's terrifying. But that's procedural generation for you. We're not gonna be able to tell the computer what to do, apart from
Oh no, I know that.
what they already tell it to do.
They've already set the base for the game, and now, well, one of Ballisticola's videos that he did, I don't know if it'll still be up there, so I'm not sure if it's one of the ones he was told to take down. But it was Shauma was interviewing. He was I can't remember who he was speaking with, but he was talking about the procedural engine that they've got that does all the procedural generation and whatnot. And he was basically saying, you know, once they'd set it up, once they'd got it running and it was working, they had no clue what they were going to run into. They don't know themselves what's out there. They don't know the possibilities, the outcomes, or anything like that. Yeah. But what he did say was the amazing thing about the procedural engine they've got is the more powerful it gets, like the more powerful system you're running it on computer, the more what was it he said, like the more variance, the more opportunities for it to spit out new things does. Like it's as though it's expanding its own mind with the PC getting stronger, that it's able to then think of more complex designs for creatures and planets and things like that. The way it sounded to me anyway, like the way he explained it.
But a lot of the stuff is actually server side.
Yeah, it is.
So a lot of the that's what if you listen to that talk that Innes did. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I really don't.
No,
but,
neither do I. I've
yeah.
pronounced it ins.
Yeah, ins or yeah, okay. Well, ins that ins did. But yeah, if you look at that, like, or listen to that, a lot of really good points that he touches upon. It's it's very complex the way he described it. Like, what was it? Designing for change is what it's called. So how do you design a game when everything is ever changing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it gives you an insight into, like, what kind of challenges they deal with, like, when something has changed, like, in an update, or like, what they want to add, like, and how they actually go about changing it, and what does happen when things do change,
Yeah.
and like that's fundamentally basically the entire game, because like not one thing is procedurally generated. Like, it'd be different in a game, like if you say your maps are procedurally generated,
Yeah.
that's grand, because that's all you have to worry about,
Yeah, but in this it isn't. It's
everything depends on something else, you know what I mean? Like where the animals are placed, how they're placed, what their behavior is, what they look like, where they are, in this world. It's the same with hills, mountains, caves, how deep they are, how long they go on for, what they look like, what's placed on the inside, what's placed above them.
Yeah.
So they have to tie things to different things, and like, if they change something, what was it Sean Murray himself said? He changed like a tree or something like that. And then, like, there was trees everywhere or something like that, and there was no animals, or like the animals get stuck in holes. You can actually see it nowadays, like, even like, some of the animals' behavior when they're pot finding is just insane. Like, I see a big creature go down a hole and kind of glitch out, like, and fucking.
Well, like you were saying about the trees and that, if you change one thing and all of a sudden there's like trees appearing everywhere. You never know. That could be why the frozen planets have so many trees.
Like, yeah, and that could be the reason why there's no trees. Yeah, on the other planets.
On the other planets, like he tweaked something in the coding, the slightest thing, and it could have changed it so that the only planets that have a vast forest or dense trees and things like that, planets that have like the word frozen or glacial or snow or something like that in it.
Yeah.
Everything else doesn't have as much. You don't know.
It's true. Yeah. SkyCube asked, do you think they will put something at the center of the galaxy this time? There is the opportunity to restart in an all new galaxy. That's my theory.
That is a good point, though.
Yeah, but the whole center of the galaxy thing is blown out of proportion. It's more.
No, I mean
it's more philosophical than anything else.
What you just said, it's the opportunity to start again in a different galaxy. At the moment, when you get to another galaxy, it destroys all of your tech, everything like that, and you literally start by your ship, you have to repair it, so it is like starting again. Everybody is hoping that they're going to add a way of being able to jump from galaxy to galaxy a lot easier than you do now, so with a portal or whatnot. So are we still going to have everything destroyed when we jump to another galaxy like normal? Like if you went to the center?
I say if they're going to introduce something like that where you can jump galaxies at will, there probably will be a price. Like so far we already have one way of transportation that could do it, and that's wormholes. Black holes, whatever you'd like to call it.
Yeah.
They damage your tech.
Yeah, very true.
And a wormhole is basically at one point in space connected to another point in space, like, using a massive amount of energy, kind of like a black hole. So why not? Why not use them to jump between galaxies? It'll probably be something like, are you sure you want to jump to this galaxy? Because when you do, like, you haven't accumulated everything.
Yeah.
And once you get to the next galaxy, you might need a hell of a lot more, like, Because at the moment, everybody goes, oh, yeah, it's just the same fucking galaxy. But everybody forgets, what did you do to get to that next galaxy? You went through a hell of a lot of different things. You've unlocked this, that, and the other. So we haven't got anybody that just went straight to the next galaxy with, like, the basic multi-tool at the start.
Yeah.
Because you can't. You need better warp drive. You need better this, better that to go there, and better ships capable of holding these things.
At the end of the day, with how big each galaxy is, you don't know whether it's different or not. The first 10, 20, maybe even 100 planets you go to in a different galaxy might look the same. But there
Mm-hmm.
is the possibility that there's one planet out there that is completely different that no other person has seen.
Yeah,
And
there is.
it's that
yeah.
vast that it's pure luck. It's pure RNG
It is,
whether
yeah.
you run into it. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
that annoys me. I wish I had all the time in the world to
I think everybody
discover
does,
every
but
planet. But yeah, I'm sure we're all on the same level with that.
we should just resign ourselves to the fact we never are going to, you know?
Yeah. But I want to. I really want to.
Skycube, I think your keyboard has taken over the chat and it's gobbledygook. Sorry, I can't read that out. I don't know what that is.
I've got Law putting in exclamation mark Law and checking out his own YouTube channel. He says he trying to promote himself on my stream. No worries, dude. I love your stuff, man, and your streams are awesome, and your drawing videos are amazing, man. Really are. Fair play to you.
When will we get Element 6? Well, if judging by everything else, his tweet said 12 hours. The thing unlocked at 4 a.m. Maybe we're looking at another 12 hours from there. So 4 a.m. till now is it's about now, actually. 5 minutes to go before 4 p.m. So if actual video, audio, text, brainwaves, Sky, we already came up with a conclusion to that. Maybe it's not like the best, but we don't think that it's going to be anything got to do with like with the game. It's going to be more about where, so we're going to actually get a video, audio, text, or brainwaves got to do with how to extract the dreamers on the 20th.
Probably. Here in a little bit.
And I might need oil.
But speculation again. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is.
Who knows?
Who knows? Everything anybody says at the moment is speculation.
We're just taking the more logical route, basically.
So I've got my brother also checking out his Twitter as well. Man, I need to get a channel. You do have a channel. I just keep forgetting to pull it into my command settings. And I will do that for you at some point, UK Gamer.
What channel?
Like his own YouTube channel. Well, he does already have one. So he's uploaded a few videos on there. Good stuff, man. Just little video montages with his own poems that he written. Really well done. To be fair, man.
Oh yeah, well definitely. Throw us a freaking bone, man.
No, he said, nah, I got rid of those videos. Why? You're a tool. You're an idiot.
Yeah, how dare you? God. Terrence Alpha Cobalt has negotiated his first alliance.
Oh.
Yep.
Fair enough. With who?
More details to follow on that.
Okay.
We'll
we are
disclose
live, so
everything.
like, you know, like
Yeah.
it's
We'll disclose all that by the end of the week.
Oh, okay. So you're
Before
not even going to
next
tell us, no? Even though
Oh,
we
yeah,
actively support you guys?
I was part of the negotiation, so I will definitely let y'all know.
Cool. We want it in writing, you know, detailed minutes of the meeting, you know. On our
Always,
desk
man.
by
Always.
Monday.
No, man. Anybody who may be watching who doesn't know what Cobalt is, it's a little group that's been started up that they're trying to expand. It's run by PersonBot on Discord. I believe it's PersonBot, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And he heads up the PC division, and then Red here that we were talking to, he heads up the PS4 division, and
Yep.
they're a trading company, and all going well with Next. Hopefully they'll be able to trade to their heart's content.
Yeah, I do really love the idea that they've got for it. Like, it's brilliant, and hopefully you really will be able to implement it into the games. I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this animal looks like it has a human face.
Oh God, man, that's freaky. Nerves turned around and said, "No, guys, do you reckon a lot of review sites now, IGN for instance, will review No Man's Sky again?"
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, I
With the
think so.
Xbox.
Yeah,
I wish they
Xbox
didn't, to be honest, because some of them are just fucking annoying out there.
yeah, I know. There is a lot of them that will just be. You'll probably find a lot of them, if they do review it, they'll still stick to the whole No Man's Sky lies.
Yeah, but you know who I really like, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if people have problems.
Infinite Gamer. What?
You're not a review site. Fuck off. No, Game Informer.
Yeah.
They
Game
do a
Informer,
lot of
yeah.
old stuff, a lot of new stuff as well. You
Yeah.
know? And they're honest, but they they are honest about it, but they also do things in a funny way as well. I love
Yeah.
listening to their gameplays and just watching them do stuff because they make some crazy comments. I think they're the ones that actually did the questions, weren't they? The 70 questions about No
Yeah,
Man's
I think
Guide
so.
to
I think
Sean
so,
Murray.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're the ones that asked Ballista Cola to take down his videos.
Game Informer.
Game Informer, yeah, because he was putting up the interviews
Yeah,
that they
well-
were doing with Sean Murray.
Yeah, well, you can't do that. Everybody on YouTube knows that you can't do that. You have to actually add your own stuff in, or basically take snippets. You can't take somebody else's work and put it up, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, hi for Dial 32. Thank you very much for subbing to the channel, guy or girl. Much appreciated.
Awesome, man, awesome. He's been over at my stream as well, jumping
That
around,
is all
sharing the
cool.
love.
I thought I said High Rule there for a second. I was like, huh,
High
Fable fan?
Sneaker131, thank you for coming along, bud. He turns around, he says, hey, what's up? What did everyone vote for on Element 6? I voted for text.
I have yet
I
to vote.
voted. No, I voted for video.
Getting sucked in there with that fucking, like, you know, the hype, you know, the hype. Oh, we better vote video, otherwise we won't get a trailer. It's not going to work that way. They wouldn't
I
leave it
don't
up to a
think-
vote. They would release it when they want to.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the exact thing. Like,
Oh my god, that looks like a
I
pair
don't
of
think it's a
tits.
trailer for the sheer fact that they're not gonna not release a trailer just because we didn't vote that.
Yeah.
So say everybody did vote text, then they would not show a trailer. No, of course they're still going to show a trailer at some point. They show it when they
Exactly.
were already planning on showing it.
Yeah, I think this vote has got to do with definitely how, like, what way do you want to learn to extract a dreamer? You know, do you want to see it in text? Do you want to hear it? Do you want to see it?
Yeah, it's a good possibility. They could actually be preparing us ready for the 20th and showing us how we're going to be doing it. Or, well, depending on what the vote count adds up to.
Yeah,
Either
that's what I
showing
was
us,
thinking.
sending us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be
They
pretty
probably
cool.
have
that
all
would.
three of them done, like, you know, because all they have to do is do the video, you know, extract the audio from it. There you go, you have the audio,
Yeah.
and get somebody to transcribe it into
Yeah.
words.
What about brainwaves then? What about brainwaves? What do you think that's all about?
Brainwaves. Well,
Yeah, that's one of the options that you can pick. Brainwaves.
yeah. Oh, what? So we'll have our trailer fucking in brainwaves. So that's even more of a fucking hint that you guys are all down the wrong fucking rabbit hole by choosing the video. Like, you know, because if we could have it brainwaves, like, you know, it'd sit there, and next would be in our fucking minds, wouldn't it? We don't have the technology.
Too
Hey,
late, it
no,
already
no.
is.
That would be freaking awesome. I would love that. Like, I wish I'd
Yeah, but
voted
you
for
wouldn't
that.
want to
now.
come out of it, you know? You wouldn't want to come out of it. You'd be like,
No, damn
oh,
straight
come
I
on,
wouldn't want to come out of it. I gotta get to
come on,
work.
Infinite.
man.
You have to go play No Man's Sky now. No, you're just sitting there drooling.
Yeah,
vegetable,
exactly.
you know?
I'll be
As
infinitely
your brain
in
rots away, you know?
Nice.
I'll be down for that. But no,
No,
I do.
but anyway, in all seriousness, like, it's probably just a visual display of the brainwaves of each character. So if you're gonna take them out, you know, you
Yeah.
probably have a lot of different things going on the screen at once, like, you
Yeah.
know. So we'll have brainwaves, we'll have a video feed of them actually in the chair and stuff like that, and how they're going, you know, and you know, obviously the readout, the diagnostic readout of their condition, and then obviously you'll have you know, for people that are deaf, you know, you'd have a real-time transcription of what's being said by Emily and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And obviously you'll have audio of what's happening in the simulation, because as it's happening. So I think they're just choosing which one we get to train with, you know. So they're going to train us how to, like, if you think about the Matrix, they had the training program, you know. We're going to load in a gun or whatever, like, you know, and there you go. Or we're going to teach you how to make or
Just
do
going to
kung fu.
interrupt you for 2 seconds. I'm
Yeah?
just going to pop off for literally 2 minutes. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, no problem. Cool.
All right.
So I think it's going to be something like that. So that's going to be how we're going to be trained to extract the dreamers, the remaining dreamers that are there. I could be wrong though. I just don't see it for us to choose like what we want what way we want the trailer, you know, or next to be delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Flip a coin. Ha.
Yeah, flip a coin, but that only has two sides, so you know, roll a dice.
Roll a dice. Okay.
Well,
More
yeah, there's one in my
possibilities
chat, you know,
somehow.
just roll a dice, you know, we'll see. We'll see who wins, you know. Like, I don't even know why I'm on this planet. I'm so confused right now. I'm just so chill, like, you know, having this conversation, doing this podcast. I actually don't know what I'm doing in No Man's Sky. I've been just wandering
I'm
around.
farming. I'm just waiting for my crops to reproduce.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. What I do is, actually, that was another thing. Could I get your address to your little glass farm so I can steal some mordite and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's on PS4.
Yeah, I'm
Once
PS4.
once I get it unlocked, I'll definitely shoot it into the general chat.
You don't even need to get it unlocked, do you?
Nah, I gotta go and find the monolith and get it.
Oh, okay. That's what you
I
mean.
haven't been to that far yet.
Oh, okay.
I just set up the farm and started farming because I know that next is quickly approaching, and I want to get as much units as I can in case units is the only thing that transfers over, that I can buy up a new ship and a new freighter.
Yeah. Well, you know, think about it logically. They wouldn't ask for our save files if it was just going to be units, you know.
Yeah.
They would just like ask people for screenshots of their, you know, of all their equipment or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And then they'll just sneakily see what you have and go into the character menu and replace how many units you have. But there's no need to have a whole save file if they didn't think that they were trying to prepare for like the single player mode, having, you know, having
Well, maybe it's not just single player mode. Now I'm thinking about it, it's probably going to be able to be ported over to the PvP.
No, I doubt it. Why? No,
Because
like
think
yeah,
of it
but
this way: PS4 and PC players put all this time into constructing their base, making the character the way they are. That's hours of work. We're talking about literally 70 hours worth of work to get your character back up to where you're at.
Yeah.
If it's just easier enough for them to port your character over to the PvP aspect and say, okay, go have fun.
Yeah.
That's why with all the hubs and all the new guys coming out, Galactic Hub being the biggest one out there.
Yeah, but see, that's under the assumption that like PvP takes place in the same universe with the same rules, you know. PvP mightn't have this. You know, you load in, you get to choose whether or not it's PvE, PvP. You want PvP, and they'll probably give you like, you know, a set loadout, you know, or something like that, and that's what you stick with. You know, like it wouldn't make any sense. Like, you know, like at the moment, right? What way do you play the game? You know?
Right now, at the moment, I'm farming. Just taking it, relaxing.
Yeah, no, I mean in total. I mean all the time you've played it since the start, since you've gotten it. Have you met up with people or anything?
Not per se, but when I do meet up with people, I'm going to their galaxy.
Yeah.
Me physically running into them by pure coincidence, accidental, whatnot. I have yet to do that.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, have you met up with people and stuff like that? Like, is it a big part of your play style, you know?
Yeah, no, if I had really, really reliable internet where I stay at, I would probably be in that play style aspect.
Yeah.
But since I'm spotty on internet, then no, not currently.
So I don't think, like, you know, like, I think people have gotten it wrong. Like, you know, like, yeah, 70 hours we spent, but that's a solo game, you know?
Yeah.
It's not about PvP. It's not about PvE. You build up your character, and that character is unique to you.
What
you
are
know?
we getting on about now?
Well, basically, Red was basically saying that it would be bad for Hello Games to make everybody start over for PvP, and I'm basically arguing against that, saying that like they'd have to, because there's going to be people there that, like, even if you take, for instance, PS4 players,
Yeah.
there's going to, like, because of multiplayer being added, there's going to be a lot more people like, oh wait, yeah, now the game is where I wanted it.
Yeah.
I should repurchase it. I should re-download it. I should reinstall it. I should X, Y, and Z. So you're telling me that they're going to turn around and, like, just completely say, oh yeah, you've been playing it for 100 hours. That's fine. That asshole, if he picks on you, it's his own fault, But you'll find that a lot of people that have 70 hours, 100 hours, or whatever, have reached that plateau where they don't have anything else to do but go around kill people. So you'll hear them going around killing the noobs, etc. So Hello Games is not going to do that. There's no way. It'll be a separate mode, and that's it. Your gameplay at the moment will be treated as a single player mode, even if you have met up with somebody else, because they can't give you an unfair advantage in that way. They can't just port you over and say, yeah, good luck to you.
Yeah,
You've had 100 hours.
To be honest, I wouldn't want to keep my save, because it would feel like an unfair advantage to everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it just feel even. So if I was to come across somebody and I had my current save and it's PvP and I killed them, I wouldn't feel accomplishment from that, because odds are they were some noob that's just came to the game and has got fuck all. Whereas if I've just started up and I'm up against somebody and we're on equal ground, equal standing, and I managed to beat them, I would feel a lot more accomplishment from that.
Yeah, because they put up a fight. They actually did something. That's player versus player. It's not player versus player if you can go in and wipe out the other player in a second because your shields and health are max and you've got the best fucking multi-tool and upgrades, etc. It just doesn't make any sense. And they said this is not going to be traditional. This is going to be different, is what they said. So why is everybody thinking about it in a traditional sense? Oh, we go here, we blow this guy up, we do this in this lobby and that lobby, and we're going to wait around, and it's going to be a battle royale. It's going to be fucking, Call of Duty Modern Warfare style. It's going to be none of them.
No, I don't think it's going to be like that either.
It's going to be nothing that you ever thought about. Let's just put it that way.
It intrigues me as to what they say when it's non-traditional multiplayer and PvP, because they've obviously got something in mind, and it's obviously going to be something friggin' interesting, and I can't wait to see what it is. I'm not going to be disappointed either way. We know we're going to be able to see each other. We know we're going to have actual avatars. There you are. That's multiplayer.
Yeah, and you know what else?
Yeah.
Like they show those avatars and shit like that. What if it turns out to be fucking battleship? Just like like fucking D7. There you go. Yeah, that's something different. That's also PvP. Good luck to you.
I've got.
I'd love to see that.
Got Mojo saying played over 600 hours and I ain't seen anyone or found another player's base. Exactly, man. You don't go looking for them, you won't find them. Simple as. The only reason why people tend to find each other these days is because portal addresses are everywhere. You put your portal address on the internet, and you say, like, for instance, you've got a farm, then you're going to have loads of people coming to you. So if you really are bothered about PvP and scared people are going to come and kill you, I'd recommend not posting your portal addresses all over the internet, because you will have trolls, and they probably will just go to all these portals and just try and find people's bases and try to kill them. Simple as.
Well,
that's under the assumption that PvP is actually in the same universe, the shared universe, and yeah, you'd want to be wary of that in case, because we don't know.
But yeah,
that's why Galactic Hub is setting up the defense force. If there is trolls or grievers out there, we'll be able to get help from them to rectify the situation.
Yeah, and I love the fact that like people have come up with that idea and that they want to do that, because that's brilliant. It's adding a real sense of role play into the game then.
But I thought a lot of people went against the Galactic Hub.
No, I don't. Is it the Galactic Hub or the Galactic? What is it? The Galactic Hub Attack Force?
Defense Force.
Defense Force. Oh, a lot of people. I don't know what people's views on the Galactic Hub are.
I don't know. They just think that people shouldn't have rules or something like that.
Yeah. But if they're going to go out there and they're going to protect they're going to help protect people, then, you know, good on them if that's what they want to do. But I also say good on the people who want to be that bad guy. Because without bad guys, you ain't going to have no good guys, and everybody's just going to be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would get monotonous and boring really quick if
Yeah.
everybody's going to be the same.
Well, it's going to get monotonous and boring either way you think about it. How many wars can take place before people start going, oh, you know, I want procedural generated wars, you know?
Well, we've already had somebody say they want that. I want that.
Oh, yeah, I know, like, you know, but like,
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
just
I'm
saying,
winding you up.
no, that's wars with NPCs, really. Like,
Yeah.
that's different, you know? I'm talking about PvP fucking
Wars
generate
and shit like that, yeah.
It's like, fine, yeah, hook yourself up there. We'll fucking procedurally generate you a new brain, you know?
I've got Sneaker131 saying I just reset my save every update. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. He also says Arc PvP is the most unfair PvP. I can't say I've played Arc PvP, so I wouldn't be able to say much on that.
Ark is just the most unfair game in general.
Well,
you know?
yeah, it's the way it always seems to me. Ivy Mike, man, welcome to the chat. Awesome, dude. He says, oh god, just woke up. What did I miss? To be fair, you haven't missed much. Really, I mean, you've got the whatchamacallit, the voting poll at the moment that's been going on since last night, so you probably have already seen that, and that's
and the tweets from Sean. Yeah.
And then, yeah, a few tweets from Sean.
And your trailer being featured here on this show at halftime.
And yes, we played your trailer before we did the screenshot showcase.
So, yeah.
And I'd also like to shout out to, while I remember, to the Amino app, No Man's Sky Amino. On the Amino app. Their link is down in the video's description and my channel description, and there is a section in our Discord as well. It is a phone-based app, an Android or iOS app. You can't use it on PC, but they're amazing. Like one of the leaders jumped into my stream the other day, and I spoke to him and asked if I was able to put our Discord link in there just to try and get some new members. And he went out of the way of actually making an advert for us, putting us on his featured page, his featured page, so it shows right on the first page of the Amino app, and we're on his sidebar as well. So you guys should definitely go check them out. They're an awesome community.
Very helpful.
And yeah, they seem like they're really willing to help out anybody with any needs that they can help with. So yeah, man, I'd just love to shout those out. They're awesome. Awesome guys for doing that, man. And thank you so much if any members of that app are here right now, like, well and truly thank you.
Indeedlio.
My bloody chat's getting a bit crazy at the moment.
Look at you, I'm still sitting here. The last thing I got is Terrence, you need to get some healthcare. I know. I know.
Sneaker131 Element 6 is a vote. It is indeed a vote. You can vote on 4 different options, and we don't know yet what they're going to what the deciding winning vote is actually going to do. We've got our theories and speculations, which you've just heard. UK Gamer 84, there's a lot of talk of added features and new designs, etc. But do you guys think they will extend on the storyline, or just leave it as it is for now? Me personally, I really hope they extend on the storyline and the lore, and I reckon they will as well. I reckon that they're going to somehow implement the some of the ARG storyline into the game. I think that'd be sick if they did that. I mean, that'd be awesome, man.
Exactly. I long for the day that there's more lore, you know?
Definitely.
I have yet to go start lore hunting. Even though I've finished the Atlas
and
path.
Artemis story.
Yeah. Well, they're very small compared. Like, the one thing I've noticed about No Man's Sky now in general is the main storyline is very small compared to the amount of lore that you can actually find in the game. And I mean, just going to, like, because I went through a big stage of just going to every abandoned building. And sometimes you do get a lot of lore in that, like, you know, you wouldn't even realize it, but if you just pay attention, I know, like, your fall to thing is, I've been to this before, fuck it, you know, but if you do pay attention, there's a lot of stories there.
Yeah.
And even the crash freighters, like if you listen to their distress beacons and stuff like that, like, you know, or look at them, should I say, because there's no audio to go along with it. Yeah, it does give away a lot of different stories as well, like, you know.
Yeah.
Sure, that's like in game is how I found out how the Gek were actually dociled, you know, made to be docile, you know, like with the Korvax rising up and, you know, doing their bit like the revolution against the Gek, and then using their own blood, their nanites, to infect the spawning pools.
Yeah.
So it actually reprogrammed them to be like harmless traders, you know. Ivy Mike here, hello, and he says, "Love you guys. Thanks very much, Ivy."
Love you too, man.
And Nerve says he'll help the chat out. Cool, Nerve. Thanks very much.
I've got green soup too hot.
Fair enough.
He's jumped in, man. Thank you for coming along and watching. He's asked what's V.V.R, and my brother has said voxel vocal relay. Well, he's actually put vocal relay, but I take it that was that was also correct. So it's voxel or vocal relay. It's a gaming talk show with a lot of focus on No Man's Sky, but also other games occasionally. Yeah, pretty much at the moment, with No Man's Sky being such big hype and everything going on with it, it is pretty much what gets spoke about. But you will see us occasionally playing other games if systems and OSB allows us to. OBS, sorry.
OSB. I like that. That's much better. OBS sounds like some sort of medical condition.
It does actually. And then Green Soup has also said, wasn't V.V.R supposed to be VR support? I'm not too sure about that. Maybe. What? Maybe, I don't know.
No, I've typed it in. I came up with absolutely nothing. So yeah. I don't, unless I don't know how that would work. V.V.R being VR support. What does the? Oh, I died. What does the first one? You know, what the first V stand for?
I don't know.
Vicarious.
Yeah, I don't know. But as far as we know, it isn't. It's the name of our show.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And then Nerve says, you guys check out Space Engine for PC, so epic and inspiring. It's free as well.
Space Engine.
I'm sure I've heard of that. I'll make sure to check it out. Is it on Steam?
No, it's just, as far as I know, you can just download it. I think, isn't Space Engine not kind of like a learning tool that was developed by NASA or something like that? It's kind of like, you know, just basically making or generating space, like, you know, so that we can better understand the solar system and you know, the placement of planets and stars and all that sort of shit, you know.
Oh, right. That's pretty cool.
But, yeah, it is. It's like a learning tool. I heard about it a while ago. I hope it's the right thing I'm thinking about. Is that it? Nerve, if you could correct me in the chat, that'd be awesome.
He's also said, what's that community called? If you mean the Amino app community, it's literally called No Man's Sky on the Amino app. And if you go onto your phone, jump onto this stream on your phone, this video, and go down into the description, and it should be the bottom link. You should have the No Man's Sky CAF, and then you've got No Man's Sky. They're both awesome communities, and you know, you guys should definitely go check them out. And they're also great for information. They've always got places to find really good farms, exotic ships, S-class ships, you know, things like that. They do a lot on them. They do a lot on those apps to help out the community, really, and they're awesome guys.
Yeah. Nerve says Space Engine is fucking insane. That is good to know. Still doesn't clear up what I was thinking of, but thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I keep saying, at the moment there's not much going on with Wake and Titan or anything. I mean, I was hoping at 4 we'd have a bit of something else going on, but nothing else is happening as far as I can tell.
We did. We got a tweet of an Amstrad or something, or what was it? Not an Amstrad.
Oh, the Sean Murray tweet that he's just done.
Oh yeah. Well,
Um,
there we go. Nintendo Switch confirmed. You know, considering it probably fucking runs like an Amstrad. It's made by one person. Space Engine is a realistic virtual universe you can explore on your computer. You can travel from star to star, from galaxy to galaxy, landing on any planet, moon, or asteroid. And it's made by one person. Ooh, I must take a look at that.
Definitely. Did you say where to find it? Just on the internet, or?
It's just online, as far as I know. Just type in Space Engine, download it.
Yeah, definitely have to check that out, man.
If it's free, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. You lose nothing.
Exactly, man, exactly. Yeah, I mean, do you want to call it an end here? We're coming up to 2.5 hours.
I think we went a half an hour over our usual slottage.
We have indeed. Ooh.
It's 100% free. Okay.
Awesome,
Thank you
man.
very much,
Awesome.
Nerve, for doing that. And anybody that was over my side that wasn't on Infinite side, jump over there, give him a like, give him a sub, give him some love.
Yeah, man. Likewise,
both of us
guys
that
on
do
my
this.
side.
And you know, we will probably and hopefully see you next week, where we might have a little bit more info, more news. About
Well,
all of this.
we'll definitely have something to talk about because we'll have just had the whatchamacallit, won't we? On the 20th. Oh god, Dreamer Extraction.
28 is 5 days away. Today's Sunday, 5 days. That makes it Friday.
Yep.
We're going live on Saturday, aren't we?
We are. Yeah.
Ooh, I may not be able to catch y'all Saturday.
What you say, Red?
I may not be able to catch y'all Saturday.
Yeah.
More than likely, my job just picked up a huge major workload, and so overtime kicked in. I'm definitely going for that overtime. I want a new PlayStation 4, so.
Oh yeah, you got to get in that overtime then if you want to, you know.
Yeah.
Stock up those units and get yourself a PS4 Pro or something. Well, more power to you, man. We'll miss you, but you know. There's every other,
if I
there's
get
every
off
other
in time,
Sunday.
There you go. Yep. All right, fellas. Well, I enjoyed BSing with you. Do it again
problem.
next Sunday.
Anytime, yes.
Yes.
Next Saturday. Next Saturday.
I'll try to be here.
Once again, it's my fault, Red.
Nah, no problems, man. I know you had obligations to hold on to.
Unfortunately, I do. Unfortunately.
I'm a very understandable person.
And we like you for it.
We do, man. We love having you on, man. You're always a good chat.
Always. Likewise. All right, I'm going to get the hell out of here and let y'all have it.
All right, dude. Thanks very much for coming.
Not a problem.
No worries, man. See you later, dude.
Okay, so...
yeah, wrap it up here.
Yep, that concludes.
But yeah, like Alpha said, next week's show is going to be Saturday, not Sunday, around the usual time, hopefully. I am on my way back from a little getaway with my missus, so it may depend what time train we get back, but it should be around the same time. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
And
we'll probably have more to talk about then. Hopefully, all going well. You know?
Hopefully, man. And all you guys have got to think is it's gonna be what? A good well, when you come back to this, you got 3 days. 3 days to wait, man, and then it'll be.
Yeah. Exactly. Not long left now.
And we'll have extracted those dreamers, hopefully. Yeah, man, thank you all for coming along. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so, man. I would really appreciate it. And like Alpha said, man, make sure anybody on my side jump over to his stream and do the same, because he's an awesome streamer and this show is both of us. There is no co-host, we are both the host.
Exactly. The host with the most.
Yeah.
Host with the doubles.
Host with the most hosts.
Exactly.
But yeah, man.
Alright, guys.
Thank you very much. And,
so I've been Alpha with V.V.R. saying goodbye.
I've been Infinite Gamer of V.V.R. and hope to see you next time. Catch you later, guys.
Goodbye.